get in their face. Gotta get in the viewer's face, the
Yeah,
listeners'
that's fine because this
faces.
is such a like simple movie to review because it's not.
It's just one day.
It's one day and the story is so simple, much like
Yeah.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, it is
And
much like Napoleon Dynamite. It's very
and
simple,
and
and the
yeah,
performance makes it scary instead of
yeah,
funny.
yeah. Which it is labeled a black comedy, and I'm sure if we were native Spanish speakers,
Oh,
we would understand the
yeah.
comedic aspects of it, which I still picked up even with
Yes,
the
yes,
subtitles. Like the situation is so absurd,
it
but
is.
also it's oddly realistic, like freak accidents like this happen all the time.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Anyway, welcome to Real Horror Show, a horror movie review podcast where we review horror movies from Netflix, Hulu, Shudder, and everything in between. I'm your host, Sam Odie.
And I'm Stormy Scott as the co-host.
This week we're reviewing The Coffee Table, which is a 2022 Spanish black comedy film directed by Caye Casas and written by Casas and Cristina Borobia, and stars David Pareja and Estefania de los Santos. Did that very well. I haven't been speaking well this week
That was a good
after
job.
after oh
Your
I'll tell you when I'm done with the intro why I couldn't record last week.
your throat problem. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. For sure.
And this week and this is how we like to break it down: characters and acting, story and writing, and lastly, we wrap up with any interesting production notes. And then we like to discuss the real horrors this movie addresses. Sometimes they're serious, and sometimes we like to have a little bit of goofy fun. That being said, we are a horror movie podcast, so here is a general trigger warning. We talk about death, blood, guts, and other unsavory topics that might not be suitable for everyone, although we try to do so sensitively. Listeners' discretion is advised. Movies are then rated on a scale of what the fuck did I just watch, which means there are no redeeming qualities to be found. Meh, meaning it's just okay, and oh yeah, that fucked me up, which is what all horror should strive to be. So let's get started. Anyway, excuse
Oh
me.
no.
The reason I couldn't record the last week is somehow I got fucking bronchitis.
Oh my God,
The
dang.
the doctor didn't officially label it as bronchitis because I was like on the road to recovery when I finally succumbed and went to see a doctor.
Yeah.
But just all my symptoms and the fact that my COVID and flu test came back negative at the doctor and they said, yeah, it's probably bacterial. I
Oh.
self-diagnosed as allergen-induced bronchitis,
Okay,
which
yeah, probably right.
I'm still recovering. Like I still get
Yeah.
out of breath really easily,
Dang, it
even a
sounds
week
like it.
later.
Oh my God.
So I have an inhaler, which has been a fun journey.
Ooh, is it albuterol?
It's sulfate.
Albuterol sulfate?
I think so.
Word. That will
So
help you breathing.
yeah, luckily I haven't had to use it too often. I've used it like in the
Good.
mornings because getting ready makes me out of breath. And
I'm
I have a
sorry.
prescription grade Dayquil to suppress my cough around the
Oh,
children.
whoa. Okay, interesting. I didn't
And
know
on the
they did
topic
that.
And on the topic of children, I don't want to hear when I'm wearing a mask at work after I've been gone for 2 days because of this. I
Yeah,
don't want to hear a parent remind their child to wash their hands before coming home because chances are your child is the reason I'm sick.
that is right.
Probably not, since I'm saying it's allergen induced, but still.
Dude, still, absolutely. Once people start working with kids a little bit, they just get sick.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
fucking kids just have all kinds of sicknesses. It's so annoying.
yeah.
Come on, guys.
Just leave your kid at home. We're an after school program. I promise it's not that serious.
Yeah, yeah,
Anyway, speaking of
seriously.
children,
Oh my God, yes. That's what this is all
so
about.
So this movie did get a lot of hype a while back, so I've been looking forward to when it's finally on a streaming platform we have
Yeah.
access to watch it, but I had zero idea what this movie was going to be about. I thought, "Oh, it's probably going to be a really fucking trippy the coffee table is possessed by a demon and it's going to be
Right.
weird and kind of funny and gory."
Yeah.
I didn't expect like actual when the movie ends for me to be like, "Oh God, I'm not okay with what I just watched."
Yeah, this was fucking crazy.
This was so unbelievably dark.
I know. And it is fucking, it's really insane. Oh my God. Sam
I'm
is
fine.
ill. Okay.
I'm not ill. It's just the last
Okay.
of the gunk coming out of my body.
I understand. That's such an annoying part of every cough. Yeah. Okay,
Like
she's
it's
good
no
to go.
longer an illness cough. It's a trying to get the shit out of my body cough.
Yeah, yeah. Yep, it
And it's
sure is.
stuck in there real good.
It is stuck.
Um, so on the topic of acting, we don't have that many characters to go over, but the performances from our core four, the dad, the mom, brother, and the brother's barely legal girlfriend,
Dude, I think they're all doing a great job though. I loved all their
they were also
personalities.
good. It was such
Yeah.
a mix of personalities and it felt very natural. The relationship and the way they spoke to each other felt very natural. Even the entire time the wife is shit talking the brother, like, your brother is much more bearable with wine.
Dude, I thought he was nice.
And then he comes and she's like, oh, I love you guys. You guys are so great. Even though she was
Yeah,
calling him a
totally.
pedophile 2 hours earlier.
Totally, like we all do it though, but
Yeah.
also like she acted like he was such a dick, but he was like super sweet and nice. And I was like, wow, this guy's like actually pretty great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the
It
wife is
was,
such a bitch. She was so fucking mean all the time.
she
Just like,
was.
you're stupid, Jesus. And I'm like,
But
oh my
in
God.
her defense, her husband did buy a fuck ugly coffee
Dude,
table.
I know. Okay, wait. I really want to address the question of the coffee table and like, would you really like buy a coffee table that looked like that? Like, what the
Oh,
fuck?
absolutely not.
With
I
the
would say
naked
no, it can
boobies?
be your choice, but not this choice.
Like, why would you do that? Why would you want it so bad? Because
Like
this
it
has
was
naked boobies? Is that it?
maybe like it's a fuck ugly coffee table. It doesn't match their furniture.
No, it's gold. The fuck?
I would
Oh
say,
my.
you know what, this can be your choice, but this is the wrong choice, so no.
Yeah, yeah, so no. Did Dave happen to watch this with you?
He did not. He
Oh
was
fuck. I want to get his opinion. I want to get a man's opinion on this coffee table and see if they're like, oh yeah, this is great.
oh, I don't think David would like it because he knows what our furniture looks like.
Yeah, yeah, it's like David, if you got this right now, anybody right now, it still wouldn't match anybody's furniture, like for real. So you just can't choose it. You have to be like realistic.
We spent like an hour in Home Goods looking for the right entryway table that would match our
Right.
furniture.
Dude,
And
yes.
furniture shopping in a Home Goods is very weird because we thought, it's just a floor model. They'll go get a box that we'll have to assemble. But no, you just get the floor model. Like
For
that's all.
real.
They just have like one piece of every furniture.
That's so weird. Yeah, I would expect them to give you a box too. Oh man, home kids. But yeah, that's what happened with this guy who's like, yeah, this is the last one. And this store had like I wish I could read Spanish. I should ask my husband if he can like look at any of these signs and see what they say. I'm sure they all say like everything must go, like super low price, all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, probably.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that is true. The salesman really like hammed it up, which kind of made me go back to what I originally thought this movie was about was a possessed coffee
Yeah.
table. Like, ah, you got to get this coffee table. This coffee table will change your life, and it certainly
Right.
did change their life.
Yeah, it did. I've never seen a salesman go so hard just to sell one piece
Yeah.
before, but yeah, no
Other
way. Yeah.
notable characters, the weird 13-year-old girl.
Oh
Like
my
this subplot
God,
was very
yes.
weird.
The neighbor,
He was like, I'm gonna tell
yeah,
your
that was
wife you're a
weird.
pedophile and that you kissed me if you don't do this or this. And like
That was, yeah,
that was a really
crazy.
weird subplot.
It was. I guess I don't know what the purpose. I guess the purpose was to just like get her coming around a
Yeah.
lot to also, you know what else I thought? I had a thought that like Jesus was like some kind of like a man who everybody was like in love
Hmm.
with or like attracted to. Like, remember when the salesman came to the door and was like, I think we could be like friends. Like, I really like
Yeah.
you, blah, blah, blah. And I thought it was so weird because like you barely know each other. So he must have this like magnetic
Yeah.
force about
Yeah, I could see
him.
that because he does have like that
Right?
older dude, cool artist vibe.
Yeah, but it's like unnatural the way that people are drawn to
Hmm.
him. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that's all I can think
Yeah.
of to make her come around and stuff.
Yeah. So with the great acting and great natural character
Yeah.
interactions discussed, let's go ahead
Yeah.
and talk about what happens.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I wasn't expecting things to happen this early in the
Oh,
movie,
no. Like,
but they fucking do. And I was like, oh my God.
I was like, holy shit, they just did that.
Me too.
I
So good
texted you, and
though.
we never text before the
Yeah,
podcast, so we
yeah. And I
don't
was
waste our
like, Jesus,
discussion.
Sam. No, we don't, but I really had to be like, Sam,
Like,
fix me.
okay,
Yeah.
so they get this coffee table, and it's a glass top coffee table, which I have glass top end tables. So my brain,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you remember
Yeah.
this. I don't know if we were friends at the time this happened in my life.
Yeah.
One of those end
Uh-huh.
tables did break in grad school,
Oh,
just
whoa, okay.
shattered.
Oh
So
shit.
we got a replacement glass top for it, but yeah, I have had it shatter before, so I know they're not indestructible. After wear and tear, the glass is just eventually gonna break. So
Yeah.
the coffee table is a glass top coffee table, and the seller's like, it's indestructible. It'll never break. So the wife submits and says, fine, buy the coffee table. It's ugly as fuck.
Yeah. And she's like, I'm mad at you. You can carry it up the stairs all
Yeah.
by yourself,
And
you dickhead.
while it's not heavily addressed in the movie, I do want to point out that they are an older couple who just had their first child. I think in real life, the
Yeah.
actress is in her 50s.
Dang,
So,
yeah. Like, yeah, you can tell because they do look pretty old. I hate to
so
say
I
it,
think she
but
was
you
already
know,
like, there was already some issues in their
yeah.
marriage where he wanted to wait so long to have a kid. And she brings up,
Right.
if we went on your time, if we went on your timeline, I would be 80 before we finally had a child.
Dang, yeah. The fuck, Jesus.
So he kind of sucks, but
Yeah, he does. He's being an idiot. He is so dumb. I understand.
and so they get the coffee table. He sets it up. It's missing a screw, so he leaves the glass leaned against one of the naked lady legs of the table. And the wife's like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go out and grocery shop for this lunch we're having with your brother and his barely legal girlfriend.
She's so sweet and
Mhm.
cute.
And so she leaves Jesus alone with the baby for the first time since having it. Like, this is a fresh baby, probably like a couple weeks old.
Oh yeah, totally fresh.
And he does pretty fine
Just
with the crying baby until he's like, "Do you
yeah.
want to go see the coffee table?" And
Oh
off
God.
screen we hear something shatter and
And then this the crying
the
stops.
crying just instantly stops. And then we smash cut to a close up of Jesus who's now covered in blood and then close up of the decapitated baby body.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, so it's you immediately have a sense of dread once you hear the glass break and the crying stop because you're like, oh fuck. But then you're like, how did he do
That's
that? Like
that's
what
also
the
what I've been
we don't
thinking
see what
is how the
happened.
fuck did that even happen?
What the fuck are you doing? I don't know how that
Like
happened,
just
but like it was an
a freak
accident.
accident and he's like, oh
Yes.
shit, oh god, what the fuck? And he puts the body in the bassinet and changes the baby's
Yeah.
diaper because
Oh
it
my
pooped as you
God.
do when you die.
Then you die. Oh God, I know, right? I was like, that's fucking
And he
crazy.
keeps ignoring his wife's calls because of what just
Yeah,
happened.
she's
And she's like, bitch, did you just hang up
yeah.
on me?
Yeah, she's like, what wine do you want me to get? God damn it.
And he's like, yeah, whatever you want. And
She's like, all right, cool, stupid
he
ass.
decides to put the baby in the crib and keep try clean up the mess as best as he can. The baby's head is
Yeah.
under the armchair, and he can't bring
Yeah.
himself to get it out from under the armchair. Keep that in mind because that is going to be very
Oh.
important later in the
Yeah, it's still
movie.
under there, guys. It's under the chair. But the chair has like little tassels and stuff, so it's like has a bunch of
Yeah.
fabric, so it's hard to see
So he
the
cleans
head.
himself up. He cleans the mess best he can. The wife comes home and he says, "Yeah, the coffee table broke," and she gives him a hard time, saying, "Ha, your fucking indestructible coffee table broke, you little bitch."
She laughs for like 20 minutes, like a witch.
Like, I know I'm making
So
her sound awful, but I'm not exaggerating. She is quite mean to her husband.
I know she's like, "You're so stupid, ha ha
I
ha ha
wish I
ha.
could
You
have
have
been
to
there to
help
see it
me."
explode.
Yeah, she's like, "I wish I saw your face. I really wish I was there because I'd give anything to be there." In fact, and I was like, "Oh my God."
And and she wants to check on the baby, and he's like, "No, I finally got the baby to nap. Just let him nap. It's okay. I'll keep an eye on him. You just relax."
She's like, okay, whatever. You're so fucking
Yeah.
weird, but okay.
And the brother and the girlfriend
They come.
arrive,
They arrive.
and it's very cute. The girlfriend has brought a cute little outfit for the baby, and the wife's like, "Oh, we gotta go put it on him. We gotta go put it on him." And he's like, "No, the baby's fucking asleep. Are you insane?
Yeah, the baby's sleeping. It took me forever. And they're like, okay, okay.
Just calm down." And then they give a tour of the
It's
house,
gonna be cute.
including the future nursery, because the baby's so young
Yeah.
it's still sleeping in the bassinet by the bed.
Yeah.
Um, and it's very heart-wrenching, and yeah, it is funny because it's
Yes.
it's it's dramatic irony, I think, where the
Yeah.
audience knows what's
Um,
happened, but none of the other characters know what happened. So we see the
yeah.
husband just like crumbling inside as they talk about the baby growing up in
Dude,
this room
right?
and what a great job they did. And
Yeah, and all the toys and stuff. And
like,
yeah, and he's just like looking pale and sick and
yeah.
stuff like that. And he's like chugging wine and stuff. And they're like, what's your problem?
Yeah. And he doesn't want to eat the frittata, but he tries, and he
Uh,
just, because
uh,
the fucking baby was
yeah.
decapitated and he saw it, and he has zero appetite, but he eats it to be nice to his wife. And then the girlfriend drops the bomb that she's pregnant, and they're all happy and excited, but he's like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, you just ruined this girl's life. She's only 18."
Yeah, and he like says like mean stuff, and then the brother's like all mad, and then he Jesus leaves to like
Go kill himself.
go kill himself in the
Yeah, so he's
bathroom.
recording a voice memo to his wife.
But the door's
Yeah,
open.
he left the door cracked so he wanted to be caught. Um,
Yeah.
he's recording a voice memo to his wife, and the brother hears, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on?" And so finally, Jesus confides and shows his brother what
Yeah.
happened, and his brother's like, "Holy shit! Okay, well, we're gonna
Yeah.
go back out there, and I'll explain what happened."
Yeah, what a good dude.
The brother is being a really good brother and saying, "I'll explain what happened, but we cannot let Maria see this baby.
Yeah.
We cannot let her see
Hmm.
it."
Yes.
And so they go back out there, prepare to explain the situation, but the little girl, the 13-year-old girl, is out there saying, "Your husband kissed me in the elevator." And she has her little dog with her.
Like an annoying dog.
And Maria's like, "Okay, well, let's just go talk this out. Hey, Zeus, this girl
Yeah.
says you kissed her in the elevator. Do you want to tell me exactly what happened?" Meanwhile, the dog is sniffing around the blood,
Oh.
and it's so stressful. It's so stressful.
Dude, it's so stressful at this end.
And finally,
Oh.
the dog kicks the baby's head out of the chair. The brother quickly grabs it, and Maria's like, "What the fuck is that? What is that? What is that?" And the brother's like, "No, you don't need to see
Yeah.
this. Go downstairs. We'll explain it. You don't need to
Please.
see this." And finally, he gives up, just completely broken, holding this little baby's head. The girlfriend is
Oh
throwing up,
God.
and
Yeah, she threw up and is like in
the
shock,
13-year-old girl is crying and panicked.
crying,
And I
and
mean, she's gonna have
yeah,
to
and the
put that
dog's
dog down. It's
barking.
tasted human blood.
Yeah, it has, I know. And then Jesus is just like fucking completely numb, and then Marie's
Yeah.
crying, and everyone's
Yeah. Marie
crying.
takes the baby's head and jumps off the balcony. And
And I guess Jesus does
yeah, it's
too.
implied
I didn't
Jesus
even
does
see
too,
it.
because at the end, everybody is in shock. The police are there. They're wrapping up saying what happened or what they think happened.
Yeah.
And then as they drive away with the brother in shock, we see the ghost of the baby, the ghost of Maria, and the ghost of
Oh.
Jesus together with the coffee table.
Ugh.
And just insane.
Oh God. Insane.
So good, though.
Oh, it is so good.
So good. This was so well acted. And
I was so like nervous
oh, I was stressed the entire time
the
because
whole time. Yeah.
how the fuck do you tell your
How do you
wife?
yeah, like how do you do anything after that point when you know it's like in a way your fault because the that table was in there because you
Yeah.
wanted it, but it was an accident. Like how do you live with your I guess you can't live with
Yeah.
yourself.
It's
Oh
it's fucking
God.
rough.
It is fucking rough. That's so fucking crazy. And like they know that like they had this baby, they might not be able to have another,
Yeah, she
because of their
yeah, she was
ages.
already probably mid 40s, I'll say.
Oh, dude, yeah. Yeah, in the movie, yeah. And that's like, like, what do they consider that, Sam? Like, what's that word for when you're old and have a baby?
Geriatric
Yeah,
pregnancy.
geriatric pregnancy. Yeah, right. So, fuck.
So yeah.
But it also goes to show that that was kind of like their purpose, and it was kind of like something to hold their relationship together and stuff. And since it was gone, there was no point in like going
Hmm.
on, I guess.
Because like
But I,
they're never
yeah.
going to be able to live again with that image in their heads.
No,
Like,
I know. Everything was
yeah.
ruined after that.
So yeah,
Fuck.
super simple story. But very
Yeah.
effective through the acting. And I've seen discussions on Reddit saying, well, is this really a comedy? I'm like, I mean, it's not a comedy in the haha sense, but there's so much dramatic
Yeah.
irony in the events after what happened, where all of the characters, which is all of them except Jesus, don't know what just
Yeah.
happened. There, to them, there's just a healthy little baby sleeping in the nursery.
Right.
So
Yes.
they're talking about the baby growing up and, pray for everybody, including those that are dead, and just the amount of how uncomfortable it is what makes you laugh, even if it's not funny. It's
Yeah.
it's it's hard to
Yes.
explain that kind of comedy.
Yes, it
Like you're
is.
not
Yeah.
laughing, haha, dead baby. You're laughing because, oh my God.
I know. Yeah, everyone is. I'm just looking at like some of the like reviews on IMDb, and people are just like absolutely disturbing. Wanted to stop watching it minute
Yeah.
35, and never wanted a film to be over that fast
Yeah.
so much. A film I won't soon forget. Like seriously.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's so good. It's
Yeah.
um before we get
It's
into
the
real
epitome of
aspects,
real
there's only one like
yeah.
interesting production note, and that's
Oh
that the
yeah.
movie picked up buzz after Stephen King recommended it.
Oh, cool.
So that's
Well, thanks, Steven.
that's the
Yeah.
key production note, is that it really gained its buzz after Stephen King said, "Oh yeah, fuck this movie. This is fucking great."
It is. It's fucking nuts.
But I do
Oh
think
my
even though this
God.
is such a freak accidents like
Yeah.
this do happen, and
Yeah, I think
I
it too.
think how Jesus went about it afterwards is very realistic for someone in that state of trauma. Like he just
Yeah.
experienced the most traumatic thing he's ever going to experience in his life, and he
Yeah.
cannot process what to do after this. Like one minute he's
Yeah.
calming his baby, and suddenly his baby is just dead.
I know. I think that's really something that uh is important to note for whenever people are like wanting to have a kid. Like there is like a real responsibility there to like actually keep them
Yeah,
alive, whether it's like by small things like feeding them or like literally like making sure that your apartment is totally baby proof all the time,
yeah.
because like the freak accidents can happen and people can accidentally like kill their kid.
Hmm.
Maybe not all the time, but it's a
Yeah.
possibility. Anything is a possibility with something so fragile.
It's just how do you have that
Yeah,
conversation when
right.
everything just like 10 minutes before was completely normal?
Right. And you can't do it over the phone when she's calling after it
Yeah.
happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. And the longer you wait, the worse it
Yeah.
becomes because you're hiding it. Yeah. So like there's really the best thing would have been if she was there
Honestly,
already,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, we think, oh God,
Yeah.
no, you wouldn't have wanted to be there. But honestly,
Yeah.
probably that's
I
probably
think
the best
so.
case scenario for what happened in this movie was
Yeah.
because I cannot even fathom. I've never been through such a traumatic thing that I
No.
don't know how you would.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how you would go approach that.
So yeah. I
Yeah,
think that's really the
excellent film.
realistic aspect. Oh yeah, and getting being 18 and being knocked up by your 40-year-old lover. That's, I mean, she doesn't realize it yet, but that's horrifying.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, even though he's so sweet and
He's,
nice, yeah,
yeah,
it's kind of
very
fucked
sweet and
up.
nice. Way too old for her.
Totally old. Yeah, he won't even like be full vegan for her.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
But yeah.
Um,
Uh
but yeah, that whole movie is a real horror show. Just everything that happens and stuff. All the realistic aspects, like having like little dramatic issues that are also like
mhm.
unresolved secrets, like the little girl who's like trying to fuck you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like crazy shit like that, which is like it's inappropriate and you can write it off, but like sometimes it can become so bad that like they manipulate the wife to make you believe that like something went down. You know what I mean? Like so little things like that can just blow up if you just let it go. And he just kind of let this go and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger, like a more big issue. Until everything kind of collapsed on itself, like everything in the apartment at once, like the girl, the 18-year-old girlfriend, the dead baby,
Hmm.
all of that. Oh my gosh. So yeah, everything is a realistic aspect in this movie. Even like just having a salesman just like bullshit you to make you buy something that's totally unreliable and like a piece of
Yeah.
crap. You know what I mean? It's cool that he did bring the extra
Yeah.
nail. That's like pretty nice of him.
A little late, but no, that was super nice.
I was like, hey. But apart from that, like, yeah. But I seriously highly recommend this. Like me and Sam were saying, like I texted Sam, Sam texted me after we were both done watching because we were just so
Yeah.
floored by what this movie was
Yeah.
about. So it's on Shudder, and I think this was an excellent
Yeah.
film.
Yeah, that fucked me up.
Yeah, that fucked me up too, guys. So yeah, and it's not a long movie,
Mm-mm.
you
No, it was,
know.
I think it was the perfect length for this kind of movie, 90 minutes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it sure was. Especially because like the major thing happened a bit earlier. And
Hmm.
so then we have the rest of the movie to like be like really really anxious and upset and wondering what's going to happen and when. So I think that that movie did a great job with that and holding the audience's attention.
Hmm.
Okay. So, uh that's it. Do you want me to go ahead and do
Yeah,
outro?
I think that's it.
Outro?
Just a super
All right,
quick
guys.
review. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, watch
Yeah.
this
No,
movie.
it's
It's
good.
so good.
Yeah, we really liked it. So it and that it's excellent. But yeah, anyway, thanks for tuning into our episode. We are the Real Horror Show podcast. Our host is Sam Odie, and I'm the co-host Stormy Skies. The podcast was created by Sam Odie and Stormy Skies and is directed, edited, and produced by Sam Odie. You can find Sam on Instagram at Sam is writing stuff, and you can find Stormy on Instagram at the Stormy Skies. You can find the Real Horror Show podcast on Spotify, TuneIn, iTunes, excuse me, sorry, Google Play Store, Pandora, and anywhere you like to stream your podcasts. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you're always in the know when a new episode comes out. Follow us on social media. You can find the Real Horror Show podcast on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Facebook, and Blue Sky. We do more than just podcasts. We love to write and have plenty of great movie reviews and essays, all of which can be found on our website, realhorrorshow.com. We love hearing from our listeners. You can ask us a question or send us a movie request to review by DMing us on social media, or you can even send us an email at realhorrorshowpodcast@gmail.com. Call for guests. Do you love horror movies? Are you a podcaster, a content creator, a movie lover, or anyone in between who is a listener to our show? We would love to have you as a guest on one of our episodes. Reach out to us via social media DM or email us at realhorrorshowpodcast@gmail.com. Our podcast episodes featuring guests are all listed on our website, realhorrorshow.com. We are so thankful for all of our listeners. You are the life force of our podcast, and we wouldn't really exist without you. Thank you all for making this podcast real and supporting us as we record every week. You can support us in different ways, such as liking and sharing our podcast episodes on social media. Giving us a review will help the podcast more than you know and will help other listeners find it too. You can also donate to Real Horror Show by visiting our support page on our website, where you can make a one-time donation via PayPal, buy us a coffee with the Buy Us a Coffee button, or explore our very interesting Amazon wish list. Any other pertinent news? Sham.
Nothing I can share just yet.
Ooh, Sham was not telling us something. You'll have to, will you tell
I'll
me
tell you
after?
off mic.
Do I know? Do I know what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Anyway, yeah, other than that, go ahead and watch the next Bly Manor episode for the next mini-sode, you guys. I think it's episode 2.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Our outro song is called Creepy Doll by Jonathan Colton, and he can be found at jonathancolton.com. Thank you, fuck off, and have a swell evening. This is Real Horror Show signing off.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And there's a creepy doll that always follows